and I was messing around on Facebook, and I noticed that there was a gentleman that was selling a 1982 Torker on the BMX Museum Facebook page. Now, I believe it was the BMX Museum Facebook page, but this gentleman was selling a Torker, for a complete Torker bike, for $75, and it had the original Torker bars, Torker forks, Torker frame, with some other not so sought after parts on it. There had some like Free Spirit Huffy wheels on it. Had some old black grips that were melted to the bars. It was really a mess, other than the bars, frame, and forks. But regardless, it was worth a lot more, as you guys would agree with. It was a lot more than $75. So, as you can imagine, this gentleman had about maybe 100 messages from different people all over the country, or all over the world for that matter, saying, dude, I'll give you triple that. I'll give you quadruple that if you'll just ship me the bike. And for some reason, this guy did not want to ship the bike. He's like, I don't want to deal with the bike. I don't want to deal with shipping. I want to sell it locally. Sorry, I'm not going to sell it to you guys, no matter what you guys offer me for the bike. And I was a little bit shocked. He was located in Carlsbad, California. And at the time, I was living in Temecula, California, which I don't know, what's 35, 40 miles from Carlsbad. And on a lark, I just put a offhanded comment on the post saying, hey, dude, I'll give you your $75 for it. I could be there in an hour. And about 15 minutes later, he responded back to me saying, dude, you got it. It's your bike. You can have it for $75. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe that he was going to sell me this bike, because at the time I didn't know, I really didn't know what, I knew it was a good bike, but I didn't know what it was worth, or, I didn't know really nothing about it. I mean, I knew Torker was a good brand, obviously, but I really didn't know what the bike was worth. I knew it was worth more than $75. Regardless, he told me that he had looked through he had Facebook stalked me on my profile, and he saw that I liked new wave music. So I had a bunch of New Order videos and the Cure videos and Depeche Mode stuff on my Facebook profile, and he liked that. So he said, that's why I chose you, because you're a new waver. And I'm all, okay, cool. That's fine with me, man. I'm glad I didn't have Judas Priest on my YouTube, on my Facebook page. But so anyways, I told him I'll be there in an hour. I jumped in my car. I grabbed my crutches, got out to my car. Okay, I got in my car and I raced down to Carlsbad. Now, as I was going to Carlsbad, I found out that that he was the guy going to be at his house. He was going to be at the beach. So I met him at Carlsbad State Beach. I drove up, and there was the bike sitting in the back of his truck. We made the exchange, and I had pulled out a little bit more money just in case when I went to the bank. So I actually gave him $120 for the bike. I got the bike back home. I looked at it for a couple of days. I was like, this thing is bitching, man. I love that thing. But I realized that if I was going to fund my upcoming BMX bike purchases, I'm going to have to sell this bike at some point to use it to flip other bikes. So I made the mistake of, I took the bike apart. I threw the wheels and tires away. I washed it off a little bit. I didn't try to take any of the rust off. I left it as it was.